Hello and welcome to the Art and Photography workshop presented by the Townships Young Voices. I'm Cecilia and today we will be talking about artistic vision. Let's get started. First, what's artistic vision? Well, it's whatever you want to do as an artist. Maybe there's a theme that you like most, or a social cause that you want to support, or just an element of your style that you really want to explore. It's really whatever you want to put out there in the world, as simple as that. That means getting your work published. It can seem like a daunting process at first, but there are many places when you can start. A great one is to find magazines that publish the sort of content that you like. It's a great way to look for inspiration, but also to see what's being done in the field that you prefer. A lot of magazines will usually cost money. You need to pay a subscription to access them online, or you need to purchase a physical copy. However, I highly suggest that you visit your library because chances are they might have a couple subscriptions to really cool magazines that you can just browse for free. You can also search online to find awards and contests in the field that you like. A lot of companies or institutions are organizing cool contests, and you can win cash prizes or publication in their magazines and their platforms. You can also win art equipment or cameras. So many ways to go win cool things out there. What's great about contests too is that they are sometimes quite specific. They might end up being in the field that you like, and it's also a great place to look for inspiration. You can look at the past winners and see the cool things that are being done in the type of work that you like. A great tip is to start local. It can be quite hard to get published in a big institution, but if you start with a little magazine or a small publication, it's much easier to get in and you'll have a nicer interaction with the editors probably. I've put the Mitre as an example. This is a journal from Bishop's University here in the Townships. And there are quite a few more, probably in your city or in your province. And again, visit your library and you'll probably be able to check out at a few copies. You can also follow artists that you love on social media. It's another great way to get inspiration, but also you might be able to access the content that some of these artists are publishing. Sometimes they will use websites such as Domestika, Patreon, or Skillshare. These usually require a subscription, so you'll need to pay to see what the artists are posting. But many artists are also using free ways to publish their resources. YouTube is really quite popular still, and you don't necessarily need to pay money to access great resources. So take a look online, and maybe your favorite artists are offering workshops or posting free content. So check it out. You can also prepare a portfolio. This is a good exercise to curate your work and put everything in the same place. It's quite aesthetically pleasing, and it's also just a good exercise for you to take a good look at what you're doing, see if there's a continuous thread, and if not, just organize it in a handy place where everything is easily accessible. You can do a traditional portfolio in a folder if you're doing traditional art, but if you're more of a digital artist or your medium is photography, you can also use websites such as DeviantArt. I know that ArtStation has become quite popular too, and social media can also be a great tool just to put everything in the same place and to have it easily accessible if it's asked by art school, by employers, to showcase your artistic creations. You also have to be aware with art that there is a tech side to it. Normally when you submit to a contest or a publisher, they will provide you guidelines with what type of format, quality, or resolution that they need. But just in general terms, for artworks, I highly recommend that you scan your work if you have access to a scanner. It really will provide you with the best resolution. If you can't access that, make sure that you have a good camera at least, and that you set up your work with really good lighting, and this is going to help a whole lot. If your medium is photos, make sure that you check your settings before you start shooting to really have the right format of image and the right resolution. And if you work with PDFs, eventually, there are ways to export your work at a higher resolution. It creates a PDF with a better image quality. There are tutorials online to teach you how to do that. And there are also websites to send larger files if you don't necessarily want to compress or don't know how to. So that's a good option. And yeah, just general things to keep in mind when you are handling your files online. And now the big questions. What are editors looking for? The answer is really usually just originality. Editors love to see something unique that showcases your personal style and offers a new way to look at the world. Your image can communicate whatever you want, really. As long as you make it evocative, interesting, and fresh, it will grab the viewer's attention and it will make it a powerful image. Now, before we go, I just want to remind you, judge yourself a bit less, don't compare your work too much, and really just focus on having fun, and it will lead you to really great things. Thanks for your participation. Go create and have fun. Bye.